Greetings, everybody. Yes, I know I'm late as always. Oh, fucking well. How's everybody doing out there?
Oh,
Um,
well,
d-
I'm a bitch.
oh, I
Bitch,
have.
I'm a bitch, I'm a bitch.
I'm doing really good, but I have an interesting story to tell y'all. Okay, so this morning I was on the phone with Fucklit. I was on a Discord call, and so we here in the South, and Tara will know what I'm talking about. We have these bugs called stink bugs,
Oh, yeah.
and if you like, they have they have no like we don't really need these bugs. Like they're a fucking nuisance. Okay, if you and why they're called stink bugs is because they one of their defense mechanisms, if they feel threatened, they give off this odor. Well, I had one in my room. You think it being so fucking cold here, all the bugs will be dead. Well, there's one in here. So I get the fly swatter, right? So it was on the wall. So I'm on the phone with Fucklit, and he's like, "Sarah, what are you doing?" I'm like, "There's a damn stink bug in here. I got the fly swatter. I'm gonna slap it." Well, I hit it, and it gets pissed off, and it flies around, and it lands on my finger, and I'm like, "Ah, ah!" Like I'm screaming, and I'm trying to I hit my leg, my upper thigh, so hard. I hit myself so hard that I bruised my leg.
Smooth one, dingus.
But that's okay. I got that little bastard. He landed on the light because I had the light on, and it gives off the light bulb gives off heat. So I got the fly swatter and I slapped that motherfucker so hard. So yeah, he's gone.
Hmm.
But he
Last
did.
thing
I
went
was
through his brain was his turds, huh?
what?
Last thing went through his brains was his turds, huh?
Yeah.
No, 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 no. What my dad used to say was, he'd ask me, he goes, "Do you know what the last thing that goes through a bug's brain before it hits the windshield?" I'm like, "No, Dad, what?" He goes, "It's asshole."
My dad said the same thing.
But yeah. Hey, Scoob! Yay! Scooby!
All
Yay!
right, he
Hello.
made it.
Yeah, sorry. We were watching The Punisher. Now, one of my wife likes it. It's like a Lifetime movie with bullets. I should have said the correct thing.
A Lifetime movie with bullets. Oh my god, that's
Scooby,
funny.
you missed my story. It was funny.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll tell it again. It's okay. So, okay, I was on the phone with Fucklit, uh, on a private Discord call. So,
Hmm.
we have these bugs called stink bugs down here. They have no we don't need these bugs. One of their defense mechanisms is if they feel threatened or whatever, um, they
Or you
give
kill
off
them.
an odor. So I had one on the wall, and Fuckwit was asking me, Sarah, what are you doing? I was like, there was a damn stink bug on the wall. So I had the fly swatter in my hand, and I uh, swap it off the wall. Well, it gets pissed off. It flies around, and it comes flying, and it grabs onto my hand, on my right hand, and I was like trying to get it off, like I was shaking my hand. So I start hitting myself in the leg because I'm standing up, and I hit myself so hard that I bruised my own leg. I have a
That
bruise.
sucks.
It's sore as hell. Like I would hit because I was screaming. I was like, ah, oh my god, get off me. I was screaming. And I hit myself on the upper thigh because like I said, I was standing up. And I was like trying to get it off, and I was shaking my hand, and it wouldn't get off. Like it was like attached to my finger, and I hit my leg, so my upper thigh is a little sore, and I have a good sized bruise on my leg.
Hey, Scooby, you wouldn't happen to have seen the name of tonight's show, did you?
No, I
Oh, the
didn't
one we.
catch it.
Her and I keep fighting over the damn name. She keeps changing it, and I keep changing it.
He hasn't learned that he needs to just let me have my way. I'm the one that had to set this shit up, so my way, the highway.
I told you I was gonna be home in about 10 damn minutes.
I never got that fucking text. So
well, I sent it to you. Too dang bad. Damn it. I sent it to you, and then when you were tweaking, I was like, I sent it to you.
I never got it. That doesn't stop the fact that I never got the text.
Ah, Christ. This is why I gotta use Discord for everything.
You're better off.
Yeah. Oh, Christ. Anyways, Bobby will hopefully be here in a couple of minutes. They wouldn't send him the invite and that. And, speaking of Bobby, our fellow termites of Kakistan actually set up a Discord for us, so I sent you guys, they told me to send you guys the invite, so I just sent it to you.
Oh, very
so,
cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's going pretty good. They're good guys.
No,
they're not even grumpy that Bobby destroyed their wiki.
no, Milkman Dan, just type in stink bugs, and you will see what these bugs look like. Oh, I can't stand them.
They're hideous
fuckers. You want to know the name of the show that I keep giving it?
What?
I'm gonna keep changing the goddamn thing, woman.
The original name was just Burnside is a Blonde. Okay, that was the original name. Then he went and changed it. So I keep changing it to Burnside is a Blonde, and his period is late, and so is Bobby.
And I keep renaming the thing to Burnside is late, and so is Bobby. So we're repeatedly going back and forth with each other on this because both of us are so goddamn stubborn.
Scooby, you're married. Tell him what should happen.
You let her do whatever you want. You say yes, dear, and the minute she leaves, you change it back.
Because I can go onto his YouTube at any time and change it.
Yeah, so throughout the night we're gonna be repeatedly changing the name of this. It's gonna get probably really retarded.
I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch.
It was funny.
And I knew you were out to something. I was like, what the hell is she doing this time? Maybe I'll take a piss. I come back and it's like, oh yeah, I changed the name of the video again. I was like, God damn it, woman.
And I'm just sitting here laughing.
Oh, she's laughing hysterically about it. She's getting a kick out of it.
I'm the little instigator. But this little old innocent me, I'm just a sweetheart. I'm just a Southern belle. I don't do nothing.
No, I didn't do nothing. Didn't do nothing else.
Yeah, that's when I was saying I'm a bitch, I'm a bitch, I'm a bitch. He's like, what did you do? I'm like, I didn't do nothing.
Nope, nada.
Yeah. Put the whole Southern twang and everything in. Like, ah, damn it, she went fuck something, didn't she?
Oh. I even went searching your videos and got your disclaimer.
It was the perfect plan.
I appreciate that.
So you're gonna let me have the name of the fucking show?
No, I'm gonna keep changing it. Damn it.
Yeah. Híjole.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna get anywhere. The entire night we're just gonna be going back and forth, changing the damn name of this thing.
So, Stevie, you missed a really, really good stream last night. I wish you would have been here.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep.
Funny as fuck.
I kept blowing you up, though. I was like, get your butt in here.
I'm sorry, I dozed off.
Don't worry. Fearless Kakistani leader should be here in a few minutes.
It was funny. I actually thought he was streaming with no pants on.
Oh, yeah. So he kept fucking with everyone, and it's like, yeah, since we both moved to Cincinnati, I gotta go driving back to Anchorage. You love his sense of humor.
Yeah. Milkman Dan, you should, The stink bugs, oh yeah, they look cute. Yeah, I don't think so.
They're ugly little bastards.
And they give off a horrible, horrible odor. It's I can't. And yeah, they were like what my mom told me. They were introduced here to get rid of some other insect, and yeah, they haven't.
They were supposed to help get rid of love bugs that occur in our regions.
Get rid of what?
Love bugs.
Love bugs.
One of many fucking creatures introduced from other countries to get rid of a fucking genetically engineered bug.
Oh, Joyce, we got bio bugs fighting real bugs. This reminds me of a video game I've played somewhere. Interesting.
You know what I haven't seen? And I've been home for, a good year.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen June bugs. And we usually have on my mom's property here. They are, man, they're all over. This year?
Little black bugs flying usually have 2 of them connected at the ass.
What?
June bugs.
No, June bugs they start out as grub worms. The big, like, huge white grub worms in the soil. And then when it's time for them to, come out, they turn into these really, really pretty, beautiful beetles. Like, their wings, like, are really pretty. Or when they're not flying and they land, they're like blues and greens. Like, they don't do anything. Like, when I was a kid, I would get them, and if you and you turn them over, and you get a string, like a yarn, not yarn, but a thread, and you tie it around one of its little legs, and then you hold the string, and then let the June bug go, and it flies around in a circle, and you're holding on to it by the string. But of course, it doesn't pull its little legs off or nothing. But no, like, they were like, you couldn't like go out in the yard. You just like they were everywhere. But I didn't see not one this summer or this past summer. Last year. And it's like, I even emailed the meteorologist at the television station here in Charlotte, and I was like, what is going on? Like, why is there not any like June bugs going? And he's like, well, they're here in Charlotte. They're like, I was like, well, not here in Newton where I live. Like, and yeah. But no, I like June bugs. They're really pretty.
As far as the bugs I'm fond of, I like praying mantises. Those things are cool as hell.
Yeah. Hi, Kel.
I like. Is your microphone
Kel, what's
working
going on, man?
He's muted.
He's muted. Oh, well, we said that stereo.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Greetings.
Do you know it? I believe, if I recall correctly, praying mantises are an endangered species, and if you get caught killing them, there is a really, really big, hefty fine.
I didn't know they were endangered.
Bullshit.
I'm serious. Like the last. Let me see.
I think there's multiple species of mantids.
Our praying mantis endangered. 2018. An urban myth has been circulating since the 1950s that praying mantises are endangered, and that it's illegal to kill them in the United States. There are more than 20 species of praying mantis found in North America, and none of them are endangered. Okay. I was proved wrong.
They're endangered, but they're not.
No.
Okay.
It says that that's an urban myth that's been circulating since the 1950s, that praying mantises are endangered and that it is illegal to kill them in the United States.
Hmm.
There are more than 20 species of praying mantis found in North America, and none of them are endangered.
I don't know. The males
Oh,
might
wow.
be.
Guess what their closest relatives are?
What?
Do tell.
Termites and sarsaurs.
What?
Sarsaurs.
You're welcome.
Like Linda Sarsour.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Arabic
Yeah.
for cockroach. I mean, how is that even a last
Cucarachas.
name?
To hell if I know.
I know those bitches hurt when they bite. The praying mantis. I don't
Oh,
know
I've
from
heard.
experience. I've heard from other people that's been bitten. But
Yeah, I try to not get bitten by bugs and stuff. It's the one good thing about Chicago.
Dune bugs.
We don't have a lot of
No,
bugs.
They're
We
not.
just have a
called-
lot of cold.
Sorry, I was reading the chat. No, they're not called
No, it's
Dune
okay.
bugs. They're called June bugs, like the month June, because that's when they come out. They come out between June, July, and August. That's why they're called June bugs.
So why are we talking about bugs?
Oh, because you wasn't here. Okay, let me run through the story really quickly.
Oh my god! Again?
I'll do it really quickly. So this morning I was on the
Oh, it's
phone
not
Lord.
a her parade.
I was on the phone with Fuckwit. So I had a stink bug. You know what stink bugs are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had one in here in my room, and I grabbed the fly swatter. I slapped it off the wall. It got pissed off. It came flying around. It latched itself onto my hand. I was shaking my hand while I was screaming, and I hit myself in the leg, and I bruised my own leg. And
Nope.
but I got it later because it landed on the lamp, and I took the fly swatter and slapped it as hard as I could. So he's a dead motherfucker.
Very dead. Dead like a body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell. Okay, so is that the last time we're telling the story? Do we gotta go over
Yes.
this another time? Are we good?
No, we're good. So that's how we got on the topic of bugs.
Uh-oh, we might get a copyright strike for that one. Oh, shit.
Pika pika. Pikachu.
I got a little something for the Pikachu. It's called the Kalishnikov.
Actually, out of all the Pokemons, Pikachu is my favorite Pokemon.
I think I'd love to have an Eevee for a pet.
I grew out of the whole Pokemon years ago. I did Digimon for a little bit, and then after that I was like, I just prefer killing things.
I
Apparently,
love.
Pokemon have been used in war. Like in the first Pokemon games, the Electric Gym leader, Surge,
Mhm.
he and his Pokemon are veterans.
Nice. Yeah, wasn't Giovanni saying something along those lines? It's like, yeah, why don't you just use Pokemon for warfare?
Which I'm actually curious to see what is it like. What is a Pokemon war like?
Same thing as a battle, except on a massive scale, and there's nobody to control anything. So, lots of damage. Lots of
Hyper
damage.
beams everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It'd be like what happens in Dragon Ball Z, except it'd be PG. Instead of like, what is it? Like M13 or M18 or some goofy fucking label like that, what they have for the damn things nowadays. Goofy shit. I was never a fan of all the different little censorships and ratings and all that shit they do nowadays. Every other time I turn around, there's more. Holy shit, he's here!
Mechanic.
Nope, it's Bobby!
Oh, it's Bobby? It
Yeah.
said, for me, it said, mechanic.
Shit.
Bobby, Mr. Rizzo. How are you doing, sir?
I don't know if he can hear us or not.
Yeah, I'm out there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you holding up there?
Turn
Turn
in your weapon. Yeah, bullshit.
No, it says turn in your weapons, but it's got Native Americans
Oh.
on it.
Turn in your weapons. The government will take care of you. Ask any Indian.
Damn fucking right.
Yeah.
Speaking of natives, have you heard what's been going on
Oh, what about?
with the
Which
Catholic schoolboys?
No, I
The
thought you were
media
talking.
flat out lying about them.
I thought you were talking about a specific Indian.
Oh
named
no, it was like
Tonka.
these Catholic
Ask the
schoolboys are being
Indians. They
accused
turned
of
in their
harassing
weapons,
a
and look what
native.
happened to them.
What?
Too many people talking at once. What the hell now?
There's these
The Indians turned in their weapons. Look what happened to them.
Oh yeah.
there's these Catholic schoolboys that are being accused of harassing a native
You guys
elder.
don't like Pepsi.
Mix it in with milk and the plastic into over.
See my T-shirt?
What does it say?
Burnside generals.
Nice.
Still don't have any pants on.
I guess
Still didn't want to know that.
Just keeping you informed.
Oh, he was gonna tell you either way.
Hold on, Richard Art wants to come on, so I will.
As long
Richard
as you
Art,
don't
I'll
stand
send,
above the camera.
I will send you the link, sweetheart.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I
Okay,
got
awesome.
it.
Are we live? Are we on the boob tube or whatever it's called?
Boob.
Yeah, 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 we're on the boob tube. Yeah, we're live to the world, and the fans are waiting for you. We got Lawrence and the guys. They actually set up a whole fan page and everything for us. Like
They have fans.
yeah.
Well, there's no accounting for good taste, is there, on this thing?
I guess not.
Richard Art, check your DM, sweetheart. I sent you the link.
Yeah. The milkman Dan's cheering for you. He's going, Bobby, Bobby, Bobby.
We want Bobby.
You guys need a hobby. You gotta get a hobby there, Heinrich Himmler there. After you guys closed up all the camps, you got nothing to do.
Nah.
Yeah, I'll just hang here for a while.
Yeah, after they closed the camps, the only thing I could do was sit here and play with this thing all day because they wouldn't let me have my regular one back because I went to a goddamn museum.
You know what we need? We need a Bobby Rizzo soundboard and a Scooby soundboard. That would be just.
We already have a Scooby soundboard. Shall I go get it?
Yes. Yes.
Called Godfather.
No, it was not.
I'm just
Oh, is
looking
that
for,
one from
I'm
last
looking for like a Betty Rizzo. You know anybody out there?
The Lightfoot.
Where is Scooby anyway?
He's in here. He's muted.
I guess he fell asleep or something.
He's resting his eyes.
Oh, Lawrence says hello, by the way.
Yeah, hello to all you guys out there and ladies too. There's some white women out there, right?
Wait. Puddin' and my lady?
Sometimes.
When does that
Sometimes you're a
happen?
lady.
I'm sucking your dick?
What about sucking dick?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I would make a comment that as something to pertain about sucking dick, but not to you, Burnside, or anybody on this panel. It's
all good.
To a specific person.
Guys,
Good Lord.
What the hell are you doing?
Who is that?
Oh, Christ.
Shut up for a minute and listen to me.
Guys,
Oh, Rich. Holy shit, there's no microwave sound. Holy fuck. Is this the real Richard Art? Or, where's that fucking thermonuclear microwave you've always got in the background?
Beep. Beep.
All right. Puddin', are you ready to summon the Lightfoot?
Summon the what?
The Lightfoot.
Oh, yeah, of
Nice.
course. I've been waiting for him.
No, I'm about to summon him. I have Angry Hitler.
Oh, yeah, get Fageline in here. Try it again. He didn't show up yet. Oh boy, God, he's gonna get a kick out of that. Yeah, yeah, Bobby, one of the guys from DC.
I didn't
We were
know.
hanging out with him last night. And he wound up coming in while we were fucking around with the soundboard. So now his nickname is Fageline.
Who's the SS guy?
That's Scooby.
Scooby?
Scooby.
Yeah, that's is one of the guys that went with us to New York. I think he kind of fell asleep at the computer though.
You got an SS uniform on. He's got a Mickey Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, that's a portrait
That's about right, because Walt Disney was very anti-Semitic.
guys.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's actually hanging in
We can hear you.
museum
Oh,
somewhere.
you can't.
It's called That Damn Mouse.
Yeah, because now I am so fucking pissed right now.
Oh, what happened this time? Did your thermonuclear microwave break down, buddy?
No, it's that whole Indian piece of shit and the MAGA kid video and all the shit that's going on Twitter. That thing has pissed me off. Like I cannot. Fuck.
Damn, you okay there, buddy?
What is a Twitter?
It's that communist media controlled network thing, where everyone picks on Trump supporters like
I don't know. It sounded like something I used to do in the 60s.
I saw all the tweets.
Fucking right in the pussy.
No kidding. I went through all the tweets and I'm seeing all these dumbasses who didn't take the time to go look at the actual video to see that Indian piece of shit who started crying during the interview, playing the fucking victim, while this kid is getting doxxed and his parents, and they're calling for violence for this kid.
Oh, sounds like your typical communist. They scream "ow" while they go and punch you, and they sit there and cry like little girls whenever you try and say, "All right, this guy needs to be arrested because he's doing illegal shit," and they go, "I'm such an innocent victim because I'm a piece of shit communist."
I hope him and his parents sue these fuckers because they're still doubling down.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Hey, Bobby, it's the Malfalfa guys.
Yeah, I heard something about some Indian attacked a bunch of little kids because they had some mega hats on or something.
Fuck those guys.
Were the alfalfa guys?
Rich, are they Antifa or is they just some random communists?
Just some random communists.
There's a lot of random communists in America today.
They're saying the narrative is this Indian guy was singing and chanting, and the MAGA and kids with red MAGA hats approached him. When you actually take the time to watch the video, you will see the kids standing on their own, not doing shit, while these guys chanting, bringing their "ooba hooda hooda" bullshit towards them and banging his freaking drum in his face.
What the?
While the kid was standing there. And this bastard is playing the victim, crying, talking about how, this is stolen land. Fuck you. Y'all lost. Okay?
Oh, yeah, the Catholic boys.
You gotta remember, he has the media. He has the media on his side.
Say
y'all
again,
not
Bobby?
so innocent because y'all were savages. I'm going to say it out loud. I don't care.
Oh, you think that's not even a 4-letter word, man?
I have to read the chat. Milkman Dan says, it's like Jeopardy in here. Best place to get cancer from a bunch of blue shirts. Bobby. And then he says, Bobby, what is a Twitter? And then Lawrence says, commies are turtles without shells.
I'm sorry. I've been looking through the tweets and I've been holding a piss. I'm gonna be right back.
You go take a piss, man. Oh shit!
Can they go?
Yeah.
Well, at least we can hear him talk without all that random shit in the background and that microwave going off all the time.
And Milkman Dan also says, a single tear rolled down his cheek. I believe Chief lies a lot. Oh, I'm gonna mute him.
I was just about to do that.
There
we go. Yes, it looks like he's just flipping out in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Christ!
I'm still trying to summon him.
Scooby! Scoob!
Let's see if I can summon Scooby with his soundboard.
Try and get up every morning, day after day, and work for a living.
I'm back.
Yay!
Tough guy to work it, man. It's a tough guy.
Oh, I thought that was Scooby.
Wow, really, Alex?
But I'm happy you're back too.
Oh my god, the Scooby soundboard worked.
Wait, what? You know, I can't wait to go to school on Wednesday because I'd like to see what my history teacher has to say about this. Because sometimes he gives us like these stupid communist articles. By communist, I mean the New York Times articles. And
fuck those.
I like to bring this up, and I want to see what she has to fucking say. Because if she brings up some bullshit, I might have to go off, and I don't care if I get suspended or expelled. This is some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you're getting ballsy, kid. Shit.
I am. I'm looking at the tweets of these people doxing, sending out this kid's information, trying to ruin his life. All for what? Because some fake news. Man, I'm not even a Republican. I'm not what's it called?
Well, we know you're not a Democrat. If you weren't a Democrat, you wouldn't be hanging out with us.
I'm not with any side. I just don't care. But seeing this, I'm just saying, the left, they're fucking morons. Even when I see tweets with people showing them videos, pointing out the video, yo, this is what happened, but they don't care. They don't care.
Bobby, what do you think about this, man?
Well, they have the media. The media is one of the strong arms on the Democrat Party. They have, I would say about 85% of the media is on the left. So you're not going to get very good news coming out of the ABC, NBC, CNN, or any of these other jackoffs. So you got to find another source to see what's really going on. And good sources are videos of what's going on. Then, like this guy was saying, bring that video to school and shove it right up his teacher's ass is what you have to do. You know, the Democrats and the left, they don't think nothing about getting in your face. The people on the right have to start doing the same thing. You're going to get some consequences, yes. Like I said, don't think the police are on your side. They're going to arrest your ass too. So you're gonna get some pushback, but you have to start shoving this shit right back into these liberals' faces, especially with videos. That's your best bet. Don't trust Cronkite or any of these ancient fucks in these news stations because they're left. They're all on left. So don't trust anybody in the media. Find out other sources. There's other stations out there, channels out there, networks out there that you can find news on. This stuff, like the guy said, it is fake news. It's all bias. The Democrats own the media. And there's really nothing you can do about it. You know what you can do about the media? Don't buy their fucking papers. Don't watch their shows. Don't buy any products that are advertised on any of these networks. That's how you get in their faces. Don't buy it. Don't buy a newspaper. Don't buy a magazine. Don't buy any of that shit.
Listen, Listen, I'm 16. I'm in high school. I shouldn't even be knowing all this. I should be busy thinking
What do you mean you
about
shouldn't be
girls.
knowing
And
it?
I'm here.
This is when your mind is fertile right now. You should be knowing this shit. This is when you have to start absorbing this stuff. Don't wait till you're old fuck like
it just makes me angrier and angrier.
You gotta channel that anger, man. I mean, look, we know you're looking for girls. We know that in your heart, man.
I'm just a simple 16-year-old man. I got all these hormones.
I love
Come on.
Yeah, I feel bad for you, man. You're stuck in California with those sodomites, you poor bastard.
Sorry.
Oh,
16. Let me tell you about a 16-year-old. A year from now, you'll be fighting some stupid war somewhere, so don't be downgrading yourself. 17 years old, you're gone. You're in some fucking Arab nation somewhere.
Oh, God.
yeah, isn't it 17, 18? That's military age?
I went in when I was 17.
Fuck yeah, man. Damn. I didn't know you went in when you were that young. That's badass.
I was out of high school 2 weeks.
Boys can enlist at 16, go in at 17 if they graduated early. Girls have to wait until they're 17 and they can't go in until they've graduated high school.
Damn.
Yeah, I was 17 years old.
However, it's still the rule that you have to be 21 to drink, but you can be 16 to fight for your country.
Yeah.
That's a pity. They should give you a pass if you're going and killing for your country, man.
I know some bars in Oklahoma that, they weren't, 18. They were 18, weren't allowed to drink, but the bars would still serve them drinks because, well, they were in the military.
Oh, that's good. I think that shit should be fucking legal.
I've never had a drink before, but I think I need one right now.
Oh my God, he sounds so country right this second.
Damn, I'm watching too much cowboy movies.
Yeah. Well, Rich, if you want to get back at your history teacher for being a terrible communist, what you could do is grab that video like Bobby was saying and show it to her, and show her Alex Jones. I guarantee you she will flip her shit as soon as she sees Alex Jones going off about the same thing.
You got to get in these people's faces. There's been a lot of shit around the country where these teachers have brought shit in and they showed it in class, and then you got someone in class bringing their video in and wanting to show it, and they're denying the student to show their video because they have a certain policy or whatever set up. So you got to remember something about school. I don't know if you go to private school, Catholic school, government school, whatever. I don't call them public schools. They're government schools. And my friends hate that when I say that they went to a government school. But if you think about it, who pays for these schools? Taxpayers. Taxpayers give money to the government. Government gives money to the school. Therefore, they're government schools, and the government dictates what can and cannot be said. They're government schools. They're not public school. That's a fallacy. They're government school because they're paid by taxpayers' dollars. You should be able to say and do whatever you want in these schools. That's taxpayers' money. Fathers and mothers and everybody's paying for that shit. It's a government school, and the government dictates what's taught in these schools. So I wouldn't take too much of what these teachers tell you anyway. But you should be able to challenge them.
I wanted to start a politics club at my school. But the thing is, if I actually go through with that and I actually build it up, I live in California. I might end up in the news. My face will be plastered everywhere, and I wanted to lay low. But this is getting me. I might actually want to start doing this. But the thing is, high schoolers don't care about politics.
Yeah.
Bunch of idiots.
Let me tell you a quick story. One of the colleges that I went to, one of the many colleges that I went to and been kicked out of, I went to Chicago State University, and I was studying social sciences, urban studies, things like that. And they had a black, what did they call it? Black Urban Studies Club. So I went up to one of the professors. I said, "Well, where's the regular Urban Studies Club?" He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, it says on your sign for people to join the Black Students Urban Studies Club. I want to know where the regular one is." Oh, did they hate me after that? Fuck that school. I wound up graduating from Purdue University. Don't go to any liberal schools. Don't go to any school that has a big city name like New York, Chicago, LA. Don't go to any of those kind of schools. They got a big city name. No, go to more of a private school. Purdue is more of a private school. They probably get government funding, but it's still a private school. Don't go to any government schools if you could avoid it.
Look, I just watched that video. There is nothing that teenager is doing to that Native American. He's standing there fucking just smiling in his face while the Native American is beating his damn drum and chanting. That's it. Yeah. But there's nothing. There's no violence. There's no hitting. Nothing. He's not even saying anything. He's just
Hell,
sitting.
you could even hear the people and the MAGA kids in the background saying, "What is going on?"
Yeah, they don't even know what's going on.
This bastard quoted. He fucking said to the news, "I felt threatened."
He felt threatened. He should have called the cops. He should have got out of there. But no, he continued to fucking stand there and fucking beat his little fucking drum like a little drummer boy. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's the narrative. That's the narrative that the media wants. They want these leftists to say stupid shit like that. They're scared.
To top it all off, the black movement that chased them out after the kids were done.
They said Trump was gay.
There was a preacher right there that they didn't even watch this video. He was talking about calling out all the Catholics, saying some shit, and then ended off with, "If you a faggot, if you a dyke, you will go to hell." Like, yeah, these are the victims. These are your fucking victims who says if you're a faggot, you go to hell, huh? Sure.
I have the perfect answer.
Yeah,
for
sounds
this.
like mainstream Christianity, man.
This is the fucking regressive agenda in full
absolutely.
force.
Absolute authoritarian communism.
Let's see that video in the mainstream media. Let's see.
It seems those natives were holding some kind of event, and it looks like those black Jewish preachers were there to protest them.
Let's see. Regressive agenda. White people are racist. Fuck white people. Fuck America because the Native Americans are blaming America. Let's see. Not really defend the Muslims, but in this case, defend the Native Americans. Create a false equivalence. Muddy the waters. Fuck conservatives and Republicans. Let's see. Disregard linear time. Blur the past with the present. So as to demonize modern people for the actions of those from the distant past. Instead of save the blacks, it's save the Native Americans. We got to treat them as if they are helpless infants who lack agency and can be nothing but victims.
That fucking annoys the hell out of me.
Fucking regressive agenda.
Diversity hires bullshit, man.
That's the same agenda that the Nazi in Germany had. Same thing. And you can't tell me that these people on the left aren't Nazis. Yes, they are. They're today's modern American Nazis.
They are modern Nazis, and they're calling us Nazis.
And then
you know what? Call them right back. Call them right back. Call them a Nazi right to their face, right back at them, because they're the ones acting like Nazis. They're the ones dressed in stormtrooper uniforms, protesting, breaking shit up and everything. They're the ones. They are the Nazis. And throw that
fucking color is black. Their color is black, red, and white. Yeah, we're the Nazis. That makes perfect sense.
Look, then we got a virtue, where are you? Virtue. We got a virtue signal. When conceivably possible, how is the world supposed to know how awesome you are unless you announce it to them repeatedly? And then also we mentioned that it's not all. Okay, we assert that they are saying it's all, but then tell them it's not all, and then eject. And then if someone brings up a problem, we're going to pivot to talking about a non-problem. And then also, if someone presents a problem to you, you mention another problem where two wrongs make a who cares. This is the regressive agenda in full effect.
I'm not even mad at the high school kids that are in my school because before on Friday we were having an argument about police brutality, and the smart ass as I brought up that police brutality against blacks doesn't happen that often because if it did, we'd be hearing it like every week. I should, if I had
This
known
thing
this,
we do hear it every week.
if I had known it, if I had known about this, about how black people are killing each other in like in huge amounts in Chicago, I would have
Oh,
brought
hell
that
yeah,
up.
man.
But I did not know that, so I couldn't bring it up. And then they're here saying, "Oh, that they don't believe that bullshit." I said, check out the justice statistics about crime and black on black crime and that white people get shot by police more. And then they one bitch fucking said, "Oh, so does that just so are you saying you're justifying police killings?" I'm like, I stopped for a second, like, you fucking bitch. When the hell did I say it was okay to shoot people? I feel
You don't
so
agree with what I say,
sad
you
for
must
them.
say murder,
Well,
okay?
it's,
Ooh, booga,
well,
booga,
no,
booga.
no, no.
They do that shit all the time, Rich. Don't feel bad.
No, it's like this, Richard R. You get stopped by the police. You follow fucking directions. They tell you to get down on the ground, to freeze, whatever. Just fucking follow directions. Follow their
I'm not
commands.
that afraid of the cops. Okay, I'm cool. I will follow directions. I'm not an idiot. But these
You
kids
know,
here say
Exactly.
they'd be giving the cops attitudes. I'm like, you gonna die.
Exactly.
we got a
You
saying
gonna
around
die.
the we got a saying around the neighborhood, Rich. You don't want to dance with Jake. And what that means is when the officer says for you to do something, yes, sir. You got it, sir, right away, sir. You snap to attention like you're in the service when you deal with them. Because around here, any excuse they need, and it's warranted. Because we got those cameras all over the place. So all you got to do is twitch the wrong way. And depending on what area you're in, it's justified for them cops to just shoot at you.
And then
That's
another
really
thing,
how they break it down here. So you got to be careful, kid. Because I
Yeah,
know you're.
that's he's right. I've been arrested a few times in my life, and I always obeyed whatever the cop said. Went to jail, got bailed out, and then called my lawyer. Don't
Yep.
start any shit with the cops because you're not going to win there on the spot. You're not. Better
Yeah.
off go to jail, call your lawyer.
Yeah.
Very simple. Blacks don't understand. They can't figure that out. They just cannot figure that out.
well, and another thing, if you have a weapon and they will tell you repeatedly, put it down, put it down. They beg you and plead with you, put it down. But I'm sorry, if you have a weapon, whether you're black, white, Asian, fucking polka dotted, zebra stripe, I don't give a fuck what you are. You have a
Polka dot.
weapon drawn at an officer, you deserve to get shot.
Yeah. You
Point
know,
blank.
a lot of these kids, a lot of these younger people, and I'm not taking a swipe at anyone your age, Rich. Don't ever misunderstand me, kid.
Oh, you can go right ahead. I don't give a shit. They're all
No,
retards anyway.
well, you know what it is. I'm telling from life experience. You know what I'm saying, and I'm saying this to any young person out there. Um, the world doesn't give a goddamn about your feelings, and it's the truth. That's the first
That would
part
be
of it.
facts.
Yeah, and exactly. But I was going to say the second part of it is now I've seen a lot of young people make this mistake. I see it. Oh my God, almost on like a nightly, you'll see something going down like this in Penn Station, but you'll see it a lot more on the weekends anyway. You see these young people and they'll be talking to the cops, and they'll do the whole "I pay your salary" and this sort of thing, and yeah, that's the wrong way to go about it. Long story short is this cop don't know you from Adam. He does not know you from Adam. He don't know where you're coming from, where you just came from, what you did, what was going on. Now flip the script. You have no idea where the fuck this cop just came from. You have no idea. He might have just been scooping up some baby's brains that the father beat in with a fucking hammer because he was high on 6 different types of drugs.
Yeah.
So, and you're up in this cop's face yelling. So I tell people all the time, you got no idea what this cop just saw. That's one. And two, this cop don't know who the fuck you are that you're up in his face. So there's a lot of variables in the equation when shit goes down. I'll talk to a kid and I'll say, "Oh, he's got his arm in a cast. What happened?" I talk wise to a cop. I go, "Well, you're lucky your arm's just in a cast. He didn't bust your fucking head because he's got the right."
Right.
You got to realize this. They got the right. If you are sitting there engaged with an officer, at that point you are either a perpetrator or a suspect. It is up to you what distinction is made when it gets put on the paper. You got to remember that.
Well, and that too, Scoop. It's like, okay, so you get pulled over by the cops. Okay, you got some warrants on you. Okay, just go to jail. They're gonna, they give you bail. You bail yourself out, and go home. Whatever. Like, just follow directions and don't have an attitude. Like, yes, are there a few bad apples or several bad apples? Them being cops, yeah. But these cops do not get up every morning when they go on to shift and be like, okay, let's see how many people I can kill today. No.
There are some, but
yeah, there are some. Yeah, there are a few. There are some bad apples. Yeah.
Let me tell you about a lucky friend of mine. One time, we got into a gang fight in our neighborhood with another crew coming down to our neighborhood. It's on the south side of Chicago, and cops showed up, and a friend of mine had a shovel, and he went after this cop with a shovel.
A weapon.
Now the cop, just like you said, this guy was lucky. The cop shot him in the leg. He could blew his fucking head off, but he shot him in the leg. So they'll shoot you, yes, but if you're coming at a guy with a shovel, think about it. He's gonna shoot you.
Exactly. It's a
weapon. That's why the cop shot him in the leg specifically because he specifically wanted him to survive to stand in front of the judge so the judge could chew him out. Like, why in the fuck are you gonna go at a cop with a shovel?
Yeah,
if I was a cop,
5 feet away too, swinging at this cop with a shovel.
Yeah,
the cop blew his brains out and nothing would have happened.
If it was me, I would have done the same thing. I would have been like, you know what, pal, you're gonna stand in front of the judge. I want you to explain this. I would have sat there.
Yo, another thing. This is just a pet peeve of mine. Can we actually have some fit cops? Because I've been seeing in my part of California, and there are just some fat ass cops walking around. Like, you ain't gonna catch a criminal with your donut eating ass motherfucker.
Actually, you know what? They may be fat, but there are some fat people that are athletically inclined. Like, those cops can run and they will chase you down. Like,
but I want to see a cop doing some parkour and shit, not fucking just jogging.
He wants parkour PD.
Oh, you'll see that out by me.
Chicago cop.
Go cop.
Who has the horse in their house?
Someone like
no, just imagine driving and you see a cop jumping from rooftop to rooftop just to chase one guy.
I'll see that around here. You got no idea. We actually they have like a program in place specifically with the state troopers, and they also got them in Suffolk County. And what they do is they take the cops directly from the United States Marine Corps. So you get pulled over around here, and the guy gets out, and he's got a fucking buzz cut, and he's clean shaven, and he looks like he can kill you if he just keeps looking at you hard. You know what I'm saying? These guys are like, they got an Adam's apple that they could use to like grind up against your forehead, and it'll draw blood. These guys are like merciless looking. You know what I'm saying?
Baby brother, I don't care what the hell you're doing. If you're gonna do it, turn off your mic because it sounds like there's a fucking horse in your house.
I thought he was eating ice cream this whole time and scraping the bowl.
All right, I have to take off for a minute. I got to put the dogs out. Got to put my pants on first. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right. Go put his pants on.
Yeah, but we got the cops come right out of the Marines out here. I actually went to grade school with the guy who's he's like a lieutenant colonel now in the Marines, and he's the one that brings him right in. And oh my God, it's sick. You see these cops, they're all shaped like the letter Y. There's like no love handles, no body fat around the gut. They actually showed their training regiment. They do the same sort of training. It's a combination of Marine Corps training, a couple of things from SEALs training, and a few things they picked up from the French Foreign Legion. That's what they do out in Suffolk County. These cops are no joke. They're the highest paid cops in the country, too.
Can we get some? Can we get some in Cal? Because
I don't want these guys.
Well,
I'm
Do not
disappointed.
want. You don't want these guys. They're actually like they're pretty much like borderline fascist.
so pretty much what Rich is saying is he wants more RoboCop, less Carl Winslow.
And all I got is RoboCop all day. We got this cop around. We got this one cop around the neighborhood. His fucking nickname is the Hammer. Because he'll just he pulls you over and he'll just destroy your life. This guy is like ruthless.
Well,
They come up to the window like, license and registration, please, sir. And yes, sir. All right. I mean, anyone who comes to the window and like snaps their heels together, and you look at him, you're like, okay, this man could just kill me in less than 3 motions. Yeah, that's the type of cops that they got around here now. They started bringing them in, specifically like Trump, like he greenlit it because you got to remember where I go to college, across the street from my parking lot, is where they found those kids that MX-13 chopped up with the axes. So you got to remember they actually chopped these fucking kids up with axes and shit and left them in that park. So
that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, so now all of the cops are United States Marines veterans, like coming off of like, couple of tours. So, bro, I'm terrified now. I get pulled over, like they're asking me for my paperwork. My arm is out the window fully extended with the paperwork up, and I got my other hand on the friggin' steering wheel, looking straight ahead, like trying not to make eye contact with the cop. I'm terrified they're gonna pull me out of the car and kill me.
Rich, do you remember that cop, that Downey PD cop, Officer Ricky Galvez, that got shot?
No, I do not recall. Sounds a little bit familiar.
He got shot. I know the officer. I've met with him several times and talked to him because he had to come out once when my U-Haul got broken into, and I had a problem with a neighbor, and so I've talked to him several times, and he was off duty. He was sitting in the police parking lot at the Downey PD. These teenagers roll up on him and shoot him dead in his car. They robbed him and shot him dead in his car.
Damn.
That's
bullshit.
Were found, filleted, and had salt rubbed all over them.
Oh yeah, they did. They got I have to look it up. I know they got charged. They found them, and they are, I believe they're doing time, but they didn't get like what they're supposed to get.
Let me guess, they were minors.
Yes, they were 16 and 17.
I'm sorry, but when you commit murder, you should be charged as an adult.
Scumbags is what they is.
Got that right, Rich.
Now, if it's proven to be, accidental or something like that, that's a different story. But no, that was fucking premeditated.
Police officer Ricardo Galvez, was shot and killed from an ambush while he sat in his vehicle in the Downey Police Department parking lot at approximately 11 p.m. Officer Galvez was preparing to go off duty when he was approached by 3 suspects. One of the suspects fired into Officer Galvez's car, fatally wounding him. Another officer who was nearby heard the shots and pursued the subjects into the neighboring city of Montebello, where they bailed out of their vehicle, fled on foot, and escaped. The 3 suspects were apprehended the next day and charged with murder. Officer Galvez was a U.S. Marine Corps veteran and had served with the Downey Police Department for 5 years. Let's see.
Fuck those little bastards. I'd give them life.
Let me see what it says.
You see, that's the input that just bugs the shit out of me. Oh yeah, the cops are so bad, so let's be a bunch of fucking gangbangers. Oh no, the crime rate goes up. Kill more cops because gangbangers did.
Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day, and
you mean National Hate White People Day?
Y'all gonna celebrate Martin Luther King, but y'all don't even follow his principles. Like, y'all can just take y'all follower ass and shut the fuck up, because I don't care. I mean, I'm glad I got 2 days off, but Man, fuck those guys.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
I misspoke on their ages. It says the testimony came during a hearing before Superior Court Judge Roger Ito, who expected to determine Wednesday whether there's enough evidence to require Stephen Knott, who is 20, with his half brother Jeremy Anthony Alvarez, 23, to stand trial for Galvez's November 18th, 2015 killing. He was shot in the face.
Were they black?
Damn.
No, they were. One was Mexican. Two of them were Mexican, and the other one was white. Knott and Alvarez are charged along with a third young man, Abel Diaz, who is awaiting a hearing in the juvenile court to determine if he should be tried as an adult. No, should be tried as a juvenile. Excuse me. Diaz was 17 at the time, so one of them was 7.
Baners and that cracker.
The murder charge includes the special circumstance allegation of murder during the commission of attempted robbery. Los Angeles County prosecutors are expected to decide later whether to seek the death penalty against Knott and Alvarez. Diaz could face up to life in prison if convicted as charged. Let's see.
Come here. This sounds like an interesting story.
Yo, so when did this story take place?
They killed him November 18th of 2015. So, almost 4 years ago. Let's see. It also says Knott and Alvarez are also charged with 2 other robberies the same day, and the 2 are charged along with Alvarez's girlfriend Rebecca Ann Ustrell with a count of attempted murder involving a man in Montebello on October 18th, 2015. A month
they've tried this
before. What?
So they've tried killing someone before?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Knott is also charged with 1 count of shooting at a inhabited dwelling in September of 2015. So from September to November, they basically went on like attempted murder or a killing spree.
And
Jesus fuck. Throw the book at the assholes.
It says the Downey police lieutenant said he walked out to the parking lot after speaking on the telephone with Downey police officer Justin Prentice, who had pursued the light-colored Nissan Altima to Montebello after hearing a gunshot in the area of the parking lot. It says, sorry, Baker said at one point as he grew emotional recounting the details of the discovery of Galvez's body. Baker said he saw the BMW running and noticed a bullet hole in the driver's side window, then directed a sergeant to break the passenger window of the car, which had its doors locked. The sergeant determined that the officer was dead, and a check of the vehicle's registration confirmed the car belonged to Galvez, who was declared dead when the paramedics arrived, Baker said. Los Angeles County Sheriff Sergeant Richard Biddle said the suspect's attempt to rob Galvez wasn't completed. They didn't get anything inside of his car. The gun went off and they fled. When he was shown a still photo from surveillance camera footage in the parking lot, Diaz subsequently admitted that he and Knott had approached the vehicle, one from each side, and said Alvarez remained inside the Nissan Altima. Biddle testified. Diaz subsequently was tape recorded in jailhouse conversations in which he admitted being involved in the crime and saying that the 3 formulated a plan to rob Galvez, according to the sheriff's sergeant. Diaz said he and Knott were wearing masks made of pieces of cloth over their faces. Under cross-examination, Biddle said Diaz claimed the gun being welded by Knott had gone off accidentally. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Exactly. Accidentally, yeah.
No, it's only
Oh, you should have heard their family saying, they didn't do nothing, you know, they was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and they would never do this. And I'm like,
I would slap that woman's mouth with my bare knuckle. Fuck.
Slap her till the dentures fly out.
Well, that
Give
sounds
her
like,
a pinch slap.
you know, the victiming thing. Here in Gainesville, there was a woman whose house was getting broke into. She got a notice on her phone. So she went home, pulled out her permit, concealed carry, and told the guy 3 times, you know, get out of my house. Get out of my house, get out of my house, or else I'm going to shoot you. And the guy's trying to crawl out the window, but, you know, stops and just kind of stands there and stares at her. And she shot him and killed him.
Good.
Florida is a stand your ground state.
Turns out it was a 17-year-old boy who had broken into her house to steal her shit so he could pawn it just so he could buy name brand shit. Now his family sits there and says, "Oh, he was a good boy. He's never done anything like this." Mind you, he has a record. He's never done anything like this. You know, he's a good boy. And then his cousin sits there and says, "Well, what do you expect? We grow up in a poor neighborhood. We have to steal stuff so we can have nice stuff."
You know what?
That's too funny.
I'm sorry, Negro, but that's not how it works.
This is,
if you listen, if you're poor, you don't steal money to buy name brand stuff. You steal money to buy food.
mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you don't even have to steal. Like, you know, all you have to do is go and ask somebody.
He should have went to Family Dollar. He'd still be alive.
Yeah,
You know,
go up to the stranger, ask, "Can you get me these Air Jordans for me, please?"
Well, see, if he had hit a Dollar Tree or a Dollar General here, he would have gotten the money. They don't have any insurance on the money, so you know they're like, well, you have to keep from giving them the money, but you're not allowed to shoot back.
Hell, they could have gone to the freaking trash. I've looked at the trash bins at my school and at most restaurants, and I've seen there are people who barely eat anything. So I'm like, y'all, if you really that poor, you could have gone there and just take.
Well, you can even go to food banks.
When I was homeless, someone brought along a giant salted ham, and it had some, you know, rotted bits on it. We cut that shit off and put that motherfucker over the fire on a spit.
Yeah. You know, the thing of it is, like, we weren't poor when I was a kid. We were working class. And, you know, the economy took its dips and its dives and whatever, and you tighten your belt. When I got older, you know, like right now, my economic stance isn't that good. But when I became a teenager and I became more self-sufficient, I found ways to make money. Now, like, I used to hang out with a lot of rough and tumble people, and a few of these guys, you know, they started to make money. They would, like, they had flatbeds and they had tow trucks. They would all save their money, and, you know, they'd get into that. And
children, we're not telling you going into porn is a good thing.
Now,
now
here's the thing. Now check this out. When my friends, you see, you got to be an entrepreneur. You got to use your brains. You got to be smart about shit. Like when my friends got their flatbeds, I was like, I got an idea because I seen when I was working as a kid, you know, for the EPA, we would go up into the different neighborhoods. They took us one day up into the rich neighborhoods. And as luck would have it, I see them taking out all this beautiful furniture and putting it to the curb. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm asking the guy as we're driving past. He's like, oh, well, we're in a rich neighborhood, son. He said, what happens here is the rich folks, every spring, they change their colors. He said, what they do is they get all new shit and they throw out the shit they had from the previous season. I go, you kidding me? He said, they're rich. They can do whatever the fuck they want. So what I did, and no one else in the neighborhood was doing this at the time, I got a couple of these meatheads who had these flatbeds, and we started going up into these neighborhoods in the end of the winter, beginning of the spring, and we started picking up all the furniture right after they took it out to the curb. Because once it's out to the curb in New York State, they had to make this a law because these crazy rich fucks would start calling the cops on you. Once it's out at the curb, it's public domain. So you go and you take all the shit, and we were going over to the antique shops up over in Amityville, the same as the Amityville Horror. We would go up over to Amityville because they got all these antique shops over on Main Street, and we were selling them these whole complete furniture sets of like $30,000 and $40,000 Italian furniture. You get like $2-3 grand from right off the bat, cash. You know.
Well, there's a couple things I have to address. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Milkman Dan says, Scooby, he loves your accent. He's like my parking lot.
Thank you.
He loves your accent.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Tara, your story about the 17-year-old breaking into the house, he says if he is physically fit enough to commit a burglary, he's fit enough to work. What the fuck? And then he says that your accent it is classic. Sorry.
Well, he's from New York.
From New York. New York. But second thing, I found where they charged they sentenced them. Galvez murder defendant will only see 3 to 5 years despite plea deal.
Oh.
The more than 3 years after the tragic death of Downey police officer Ricky Galvez, one of the defendants in the murder trial, has entered a plea deal to evade criminal charges. Abel Diaz was 16 years old when he participated in a botched robbery attempt that resulted in the fatal shooting of 29-year-old Downey police officer and Marine veteran Galvez. He's now 20 years old, and this story was published December 21st, 2018. So, just last month. He's now 20 years old, and his attorneys made a deal with prosecutors before the court appearance on Friday, agreeing to admit to the murder and attempted robbery, and the robbery of Edward Garcia in exchange for the plaintiff's withdrawal from a pursuit of the matter in criminal court. With this deal, Diaz's case is settled in the juvenile justice system. Despite having already reached an agreement, Diaz still had to sit and face many of the fallen officers, fellow officers, friends, and loved ones.
Good.
He says, it says, during an impact statement, Police Chief Dean Milligan said that Galvez was always eager to help. Then it says, Ricky was stolen from us when he was insensibly murdered in a parking lot of the Downey Police Department. We will never be the same following his murder. An emotional Captain Mark McDaniel also gave a statement. My life has not been the same since the Downey Police Department. My life has not been the same since. The Downey Police Department has not been the same since, said McDaniel. The last 3 years have been agonizing, to say the least. Ricky would have done more good in one traffic stop than the accused will ever think of doing in his life. That's exactly what this officer said.
Oh.
It says this.
Nailed that motherfucker.
He would have done.
Get wrecked.
And it says, as proceedings continue, Senate Bill 1437, recently signed by Governor Jerry Brown. Fuck Governor Jerry Brown. I can't stand that stupid son of a bitch. But anyways, in September, hung over the room like a thick black cloud. Under the Senate Bill 1437, prosecutors' ability to use the felony murder rule to charge accomplices with the homicide is limited, stating that a person can be convicted of a murder only if he or she was the actual killer or aided, abetted, counseled, commanded, induced, solicited, requested, or assisted the actual killer, or was a major participant in the underlying felony and acted with reckless indifference to human life. That's exactly what the fuck he did. Like
was this a governor in California?
Yeah, the Governor Jerry Brown.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, Governor Jerry Brown. He signed that Senate Bill 1437 that, ability
After I
to use
leave, can we nuke California?
Just let me get my sister and my
I've
niece
actually
and
got a
nephew.
few decent liberal friends there. Let me get them out first.
If
Yeah.
we get them out, then we drop the bombs.
Right.
All right, cool.
Let's see.
Yeah, by all
This is
means,
Dan
piss
says
out of the commie.
Milkman Dan says, there you go, Rich. You're 16 and you can kill someone and only do a few years. The world's yours, my son.
Oh my god.
Hold up, y'all better not get me excited. Oh, come on.
You sick and I can kill me some low lives. Hell yeah.
And this is
the only people that actually bother trying to kill are pedos.
Hell yeah. Well, we got a business for that called bounty hunting.
I
You always get into that.
I fucking hate Governor Jerry Brown. Just like, okay, it's 18 to vote, 18 to go fight for your country, 18 to own a gun, but you got to be 21 to buy cigarettes. Any tobacco related.
What? 21 to own smokes? Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not shitting you.
21 to buy cigarettes, and I think California. It's 21. Yeah, I think they raised it up that high by me now too.
No one really gives a shit in California. I've been seeing kids just smoking and drinking.
And then he imposed and passed a $2 sales tax increase on cigarettes. So Marlboros are $7 a pack out there. And if you're going to buy a carton, there's 10 packs in a carton, $2 for each one. Sales tax increase, $50, $70 for a carton of cigarettes.
Hey, Bobby, should we tell them how much smokes are in Chicago?
I don't know. I don't know what the smokes are here. Most people from Chicago go to Indiana to buy their cigarettes.
Yep.
By me, I think it's about, if you go into Midtown Manhattan, I know that, I think it's like $20 for a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, no. Australia has you beat. I was told that cigarettes in Australia are $40 a pack.
What? Are you
for a pack of cigarettes of 25 cigarettes in one pack? They're $40, $35, $40.
See, that's the start of the dictatorship.
Yeah.
Let people smoke. It doesn't affect me that much.
I have several friends that are native Australians, and which I talk to on an everyday basis.
Good.
You have my condolences. There's something wrong with those people's tongues. Seriously, yeah. Ask them to say the word moon. For some reason, they drop it.
Don't be so rude, mate.
When they say the word moon, for whatever reason, they drop the second O so hard. It's like they nosedive into the microphone. I don't understand why they do that. Well, listen to them. Ask them to say moon. And they're going to say moon. But they drop that O. It's weird. Yeah, they really drop the second O for some reason. They really enunciate the shit out of it. What is that? There's this one guy, I watch him all the time. He's got like a white a cartoon avatar with a beret, and he's Australian. He does a lot. The fuck is the guy's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Something amazing, something or whatever. And
no idea what you're talking about.
I'll find it later and I'll show you. But he's got this thick Australian accent, and he says whenever he says certain words like moon or spoon, he drops that second O. And like I noticed that like. Another thing with the Australians, if you watch the first Transformers, there's that nice looking blonde. She's in Daredevil. God bless her, how she hides that fucking accent. But if you watch her in the first Transformers, she's talking to Anthony Anderson, and she's talking about how she can go to jail for the rest of her life. Specifically, the word life, she adds like 6 or 7 syllables to it.
Life.
That's funny.
Lloyd.
He's like, I'll go to jail for my life, like that. And I'm like listening to it. My nephew pointed it out, and I'm listening to her say it. I'm like, wow. Like, I don't know why the fuck do Aussies do that to words?
Well, Scooby Milkman Dan's in the chat, and he says he's Aussie.
Okay,
oh,
cool.
good. We should ask him.
Seriously.
How do you pronounce it?
I'm not saying I dislike Australians. I'm curious as to why believe me, it's not exactly. Look, I always say this. You hear somebody like me talking, usually you encounter us in threes. We're wearing turtlenecks, and we're usually fighting Batman while the Penguin's making an escape. I understand what I sound like, believe me. So I'm not taking shots at you thinking that I sound anything special, but I'm just curious, like, why the hell did they do that to those certain words? Like,
oh no, Scooby, I got a funny one for you.
What's up?
How they pronounce aluminum. They pronounce it aluminium.
I know. My mother's family's Irish. I heard that all the time when I was a kid. I'd hear things like aluminium. They pronounce, certain words I would get on my cousin's nerves about. Like they'd say, they'd be talking about KFC. And they'd be like, yeah, with the first spices and herbs. I'm like, yeah, what is that, pal? Spices and what? Huh? Yeah, they would say aluminium. My sister's best friend when I was a kid, she was Welsh, and she had a son named Kieran. And I'll never forget it because my sister's dog was near the kid, and she goes like this. She yells at her kid. She's like, Kieran, mind the dog. He'll bite your willy off. I'm like, what the fuck is a willy? And that's what they call a dick. Yeah.
Just be glad you don't have to deal with. Just be glad you don't have to deal with Africans, because oh my god, no! I swear, no one speaks. Oh shit the hell up! I don't know.
No,
we don't.
No, I have a few friends who are African. You gotta remember, go into Brooklyn. I'll go all the time. Like, there's a guy I know, he has a newsstand, and I'll say to him, I'll be like, hey, how's everything going? I'll be blowing him out better, goddammit, if the Islanders will finally win. Oh my God, that's sorry. Let me get the paper. Stop putting your money on the Islanders. What do you want from me? I told him, you gotta go like this. I go, by the way, I said, you're an African. Why the fuck are you watching hockey? Oh, go fuck yourself, Scooby. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. I'll see you later.
Oh my God, that's funny. Why are you watching hockey?
I gotta bust his balls. He's a good guy, though. Seriously.
I thought that was funny. No, because when he said Africans, I'm thinking of when they spell it AFRIKAANS, African.
No.
No, I'm talking straight up
when Rich said it, that's when he's like, when you hear Africans talk, I just thought of the.
Yeah, no. Well, Rich spent some time in Africa when he was younger, and I know what he's talking about because there's a large African community up over in Brooklyn. So, it's funny because you'll see these, a lot of these Ubuntu motherfuckers where they'll be dressed like Aunt Rosie's end table because they got on this whole outfit, and it's bright as hell, and you see them walking around. And let me tell you something. If you go in, a lot of people, they like to talk shit about the Africans. You go into their communities, I'll tell you one thing. Oh my God, if one of them sees you littering, I will say they will chew you the fuck out. Holy shit. Have you no decency? Have you no respect? You throw trash on the floor. Like them and a lot of people, you don't realize it. You go into like the Arab neighborhoods, because I think I told you my sister's husband's Jordanian. And so I grew up around a lot of Arabs when I was younger. And yeah, you don't make a mess in these ethnic neighborhoods.
You lie.
You disrespect this establishment. Don't get yourself out of my way, you bullshit idiot.
Yeah. Oh my God! If you go into one of these places and make a mess, a lot of people don't realize, like, what it is, like. It's because of Hollywood. Hollywood paints immigrants. They paint immigrants specifically as like being from a bad cut and a bad class. But then all of a sudden, like a few years later, when it's a hot button topic, they love immigrants. But I digress. They always had a problem with people who came from other parts to the world. Now, this is the thing. If they came here properly, they came through the proper channels, and they busted their ass and they worked hard, yeah, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a more dedicated American. I'll tell you another thing. They obey the laws. You go into a lot of these establishments, again, I'm not going to say they're not going to break certain laws, like to line their pockets. I mean, you're going to find some that are sly as fuck. That's why I always warn people, don't even buy in diners by me. Just word to the wise. But, yeah, you go into a lot of these establishments, nah. You got people that are getting up at like 3, 4 in the morning. They're going in there, they're working hard. You're not going to come in there. You're not going to make a mess and get the fuck out of there. That's, what I'm saying? But, those you go into the African establishments, you go with the Jamaicans, holy shit, do those bro, sit down, relax, have a fucking cup of tea, stop working.
Smoke a doobie.
I got this, you know what I'm saying? I got this Jamaican friend, he don't sit down. He's got like 3 jobs. Nicest guy. He don't sit down ever. I'm like, Jesus Christ. His name's Julius. I'm like, Jules, for God's sake, you want to take a breather? Nah, I got to go to work. All right, man. Whatever. You're the one that's gonna have a heart attack at 40.
Excuse me, my brother, but please, could you please pick up your trash before I kill you with my spear?
I love it.
No, but okay, the way I learned African accents growing up, and this is horrible, was Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall in Coming to America.
I love that movie.
I love that movie.
That's the neighborhood I grew up in as a very little boy before we moved out here. That's Queens.
That's funny.
Yeah. Remind me. I still got to do that video for 6. He wants me to do a video about that big ass stupid globe that they have for the World Fair. I promised him I'd do it, but remind me. I said I was going to go to that McDonald's. I just keep forgetting to stop in at that one. Every time I'm out there, I feel like such a prick. I go to White Castle. My wife's like, weren't you going to go over to that McDonald's because you keep telling everybody? I'm like, oh, shit. I keep forgetting. Why do you wait? She's like, well, you're halfway through that sack of 10, you fat fuck, before I can say anything. Oh, that's nice.
Jeez.
Better call the police.
Feisty wife, mate. Be myself walking feisty. All fun in the bedroom.
Oh, Christ.
You're going to have the shrimps on the barbie.
Don't have the shrimps on barbie, mate.
Oh, God.
That's not a boomerang. This is a fucking boomerang.
We're going to go play with the kangaroos.
Oh, God.
Right?
I'll kick those fuckers. Don't trust the kangaroo. The moment you turn your back on them, they'll fucking kick you halfway out back.
Guys, just do me a favor. Please don't try to ever imitate my accent. That's all I ask.
I already found your soundboard.
Oh, that's fantastic.
School, what do you say? I can't do a Boston accent, mate.
Would you like to hear it, Scooby?
You got a Scooby soundboard?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have a Scooby soundboard.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Are you ready?
Yep, you're fucked now, buddy.
Well, let's hear this.
I would appreciate it if you stay out of my personal life, okay? I don't want to do any more filth about my mother. Motherfucker, I'll fucking cut your fucking balls off. I'll shove them up your fucking ass. I'll fucking bury you. I'll shove your
Yo!
I'll send it to your fucking family so they can eat it for dessert.
Yo!
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think that sounds like you, man. Don't worry. Hey, Lawrence, if you're still in chat, see if you can maybe get a soundboard together for Bobby and I.
Here's another one.
Try and get up every morning, day after day, and work for a living. Let's see him try that. Then we'll choose the real tough guy. The working man is the tough guy.
You know another soundboard that will work good? You should get the Jerky Boys.
Now you shut your goddamn pie hole.
I don't think they're from Ozone Park. I'm pretty sure they're from Whitestone. Yeah, I think they're from Whitestone. The Jerky Boys.
Just tell me the truth and I won't get upset.
I love this soundboard. Yes,
I can
really
see that.
Okay, let's move into a fun topic. Mortal Kombat 11. Has
Okay.
anyone seen? Has anyone been seeing any gameplay?
Yeah, we did that one yesterday. You missed it, buddy.
Well, I fell asleep
Damn,
yesterday watching The Punisher with the wife. Let me just say this about Mortal Kombat 11. I didn't know that the number was up this high. I can actually remember going up into Manhattan. I think it was in May. Oh, God, May, what was it? I think it was like May 18th, I want to say. 1993. That's when Mortal Kombat 3 dropped. I remember going because I used to play competitively up over at Fun City. Yeah, that was no wait, Fun City was the tattoo parlor. What the fuck was the name of this joint? I can't remember. Playzone, I think it was. I think it was Playzone. Anyway, it was this big ass arcade in the middle of Times Square. I don't think it's there no more. I actually haven't looked for it in a minute. But yeah, we used to go and we played competitively. That's back when they had like Shinobi, Double Dragon. Oh God, what was all the good games that they had at the time?
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Thank you. Marvel vs. Capcom. I still play that every once in a while. If I see it in some place, I'll be like, oh shit, yeah, I gotta get after quarters.
Oh, I got a soundboard for you.
All right.
Give it a second to load.
Mm-hmm. You know what games we used to play? I used to love when they had the Ninja Turtle games.
Test your might.
Yeah.
Burnside.
He just went out of the room real quick.
Oh. Is it okay if I send Milkman Dan the Hangout link? He's good people. I know him. He's good people.
All right, here you go.
Is that cool?
I would love to say yes, but I can't speak for Burnside. Maybe if you ask Tara. I like Australians, so yeah, definitely. I'm down with that. I'm just saying, definitely. On my part, anyway. You know, so.
All right, Scooby, listen.
I'm listening. Hold on a second while I have a sip of soda.
God damn it, stop talking.
Sorry.
What girl is that? Is it? Oh! Oh!
It's Lilith from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh, all right.
Is it the succubus?
Yeah, Lilith.
Yeah.
Oh, she's my favorite.
There's two of them. There's either the daughter of the devil or the daughter of Dracula. If it's the daughter of the devil, she's the one with the really big, weird-looking head.
And you guys are talking Marvel or Mortal Kombat, right?
You were talking Marvel Capcom, right?
I was. That was the Marvel Darkstalkers.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But earlier you guys were talking
Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Mortal Kombat. So give me just a second.
Yo, the female models of the new Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I heard that they fucked it up.
The face is...
Go ahead.
It's scary. And Ronda Rousey's doing a Sonya Blade. Bitch can barely act, and she's voice acting a character in a video game. Wonderful.
Well, I saw the characters that they have on there, like they've redone them. And yeah, that's the negative.
The male models look great, though. But the females, oi.
Well, of course.
We can't have sex. We can't have sexual females. That's sexist, misogynistic.
Okay, so Skip was talking Mortal Kombat 3.
So what you're saying is you hate women, huh? You don't think women should be pretty, huh? And they're talking about realistic, like you've never seen a chick with huge tits before, like. That argument is so bullshit, especially if you check out models talking about getting realistic figure. Anyway, another topic. Did you see what that Marvel is trying to hire a butt double for Captain Marvel? For Captain Marvel?
What? What are they trying to do?
Marvel literally put up those things where they're trying to hire some actors. Well, they're trying to get a double for Captain Marvel, the new Captain Marvel movie, for as a butt double because though Captain Marvel, they're trying. Marvel trying to
have a nice ass anymore.
The chick that's doing Captain Marvel literally has no ass.
Yeah.
All you need is fucking butt implants. Fuck
or
off.
Squats.
No. They have fake silicone butt implants that they just put in the pants.
Yeah.
And it's even kind of sad because if you look at the pictures of Spider-Man Homecoming kid, I mean, he's got more ass than that chick.
That's
a guy's got more ass than you.
I mean, honestly, characters, they just like a bunch of dice.
It's even sad when you check out the backside and you see the extra fabric from her backside that's supposed to be flat on her ass, but it's just hanging down because it has nothing to fill.
Well, that's what CG rendering is for.
Oh, great! They're gonna pull a Superman CGI Captain Marvel's ass.
Burnside. Is that a Philly cheesesteak sandwich? Burnside. Is it a Philly cheesesteak sandwich?
No, going to Burger.
It's a what?
Fancy lobby.
We can't hear you. Stop stuffing your face.
Anyway,
Speak up, Burnside couldn't. Oh my god, I want to die now for saying that.
It's like a fancy man sloppy Joe.
It looks delicious.
Never had a sloppy Joe.
What?
Nope. Nah, I never had a sloppy Joe.
Oh,
I never knew it. Hell, I never knew what a taco was back in Africa.
Wow, sloppy Joe is just you get the manwich. It comes in a can. It's a sauce, and you just fry up hamburger and then pour the sauce on the hamburger after it's cooked.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and it's a sloppy Joe.
Hey Tara, I got one for you. Check this out. Hold on, really quick. Let me do this here. All right.
I'm gonna. Rich, no offense. Oh.
I can barely hear that.
Oof. Bam! A fucking bullet rips off part of your head. Your brains are laying on the ground in little bloody pieces. Now I ask you, would you give a fuck what kind of pants the son of a bitch who shot you was wearing?
I had such a thing for her when I was a kid when this movie came out. Maron.
That's Joe Pesci, and then the
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, Marissa Tomei.
That was my cousin Vinny.
Hey, Rich. Hey, Rich, I got something for you. Speaking of Africa, hey, I got something that might remind you of home.
Shit. You're not wrong. That's pretty common.
Oh yeah, Burnside. What do you say with sending that Australian guy a link? You down with that?
No,
yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Bring him on since Bobby left. Sad I missed him.
What happened with him? He hopped out.
I don't know. probably call me later. He probably went to go have dinner or something. But yeah, I hear the chimpanzees actually run around with these things over there.
Oh, that video was funny as shit.
He knows what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
They gave a chimp a freaking AK, and he learned how to use it.
You guys sitting there.
Rich?
Pow! 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 Pow!
Yeah.
They all go running and shit. Monkey's just like, okay, it's mine now.
They're queen.
No offense when I do this, I'm gonna do a black person's impersonation.
You can go ahead. I don't care.
Okay.
Yes,
right.
hey, Rich is smooth. He don't give a fuck.
All right, hold on. I gotta. I'm on the spot now. Oh, girl, you know what I'm talking about? You know they over there. They calling the police and everything. Ooh, I'm gonna go fuck him tonight.
You know, it's. I know you just made me realize something. When I first started on radio about oh God, what was it? Back in I think 98, maybe 99. So yeah, about 20 years ago now, maybe 21 years ago. I started in radio and I was doing WNYG in Garden City. Now the thing of it was I was doing jazz in the morning. So what they did was it was I'll never forget it. The producer asked me into the office. He said, I have a slot for you. I said, okay. He's like, it's jazz. I said, terrific. I like jazz. He said, okay, there's one thing. I said, yeah. He said, it kind of works better with the demographic market. He said, he was beating around the bush. I go, yeah. He said, can you do urban? I said, urban? He said, yeah. He said, look, you have a unique voice. Do you think that you could pull it off? I said, you're asking me what I think you're asking me. He said, yes, I am. I said, and you have no problem with this? He said, no, I don't. I said, all right, I could do this. I said, it's just, you know, it is what it is. I said, I'm going to be hamming it up. He said, do what you have to do. I said, all right. So I was shooting for basically Isaac Hayes or Barry White. That's basically what I was shooting for. So when I would go on, I was the morning man. It was Saturday mornings, and it was really early. It was about, let's say, 5, 6 in the morning. So it would go like this. Good morning. You're listening to WNYG 90.3 FM, Garden City, New York. I'm your host this morning, Scooby 331. I'm bringing you in right now. We got a little bit of Kenny G, followed by a little bit of something soulful coming in for you right now here. Just gonna lead you in with that Kenny G, and then we're gonna come back with a little something from Marvin Gaye right now on 90.3 FM, WNYG on your dial. Don't go away. And that's what I was doing. And I had fans, and when they came in and they seen that I had these turquoise blue eyes, you know, they kind of hit the ceiling.
Ooh, Scooby. I like that accent. I think you just did that impersonation. Wow. That's awesome. I love all different types of accents. Like yours, you know, you being a native New York.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk tonight. A native New Yorker, excuse me. I like Aussie accents. I have a thing for Aussie accents. Just all different types of accents. I just love them.
Cool. Did you send a link to the Australian guy?
Yeah, I did.
I'm curious to see how bad he butchers it. This could be good, actually. I like talking to people who sound different than everyone else. That's why I like talking to so many Southerners. You all sound pleasant.
I just like fucking with Rich.
Yeah, but you've met me. I'm not pleasant.
Funny as hell.
I said Southerners. I didn't say Floridians. Use a different. You're in a different time zone, so you're not considered Southern anymore.
All I gotta do to fuck with Rich is I just gotta go. You
know what?
My brother, you do not know the way.
See, this is what I like about this guy. I picture it up.
You know, I got a cousin who lives down in Florida. Every time I talk to him, I'm like, "Oh, Vin, how are you? How are things in mainland Cuba?"
He in the chat, Milkman Dan says, if I wasn't such a boomer, I'd come into this hangout and school all of you on how us Aussies talk. Haha. He says, I don't know how to use it, so it's a waste of time. But I told him how to do it, and
send him the link and tell him to click on it. That's like, dang it, man. You gotta make sure that when you're going into it, open up Google Chrome, copy the link that Sarah sends you, paste it right into the search bar there, like the top where you'd start typing in www.sodomite.com or whatever. Oh wait, shit, that's probably a real site over in Australia.
Well, if he's on the computer and he's on the internet watching us, when he just click the link and then it'll open up in a browser, and then he just click continue, okay, and then he'll pop right into the.
So apparently we have a blood moon, but I can't see shit because of the fucking clouds.
Well, you do live in California. It is known for fog.
Well, I guess you can blame the communists for that too, Rich. Now you don't get to see your fancy red moon.
Man, it's a shame.
It's a commie moon.
It's the moon of Sanders.
If it was the moon of Sanders, we'd all be paying for it. That fucking imbecile.
Capitalism.
You don't know what it's like to be poor.
Milkman Dan.
So funny.
If Bobby Rizzo can figure out how to work Google Hangouts,
you could figure it out too.
And you can figure it out too. Just saying. No, I want him to come into the Hangout too. He's good people. He really is good people.
Oh yeah.
There's an Aussie I could invite. He's kind of psycho and wants to fuck me.
Oh, that guy? Fuck him.
I like him.
Okay. No, okay. He says, haha, I mean, I have a Hangouts, but only in my actual name. Not willing to fully dox myself. Not today.
Ew.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yo, apparently it was the wrong kid. They doxed the wrong person.
He said,
of course they did, the stupid bastards.
He also says, I'm almost done. I'm getting there. Just give me time. Okay. Sounds good.
Take time, man.
We keep interrupting him on his fapping. Knock it off.
Yeah, I don't. Never mind. I'm just gonna be quiet.
Oh.
No, never mind. Just gonna be quiet. That's all.
I mean, he's sitting there beating his meat to Sarah's voice. Come on, dude.
Oh,
I think it's actually good at the Burnside.
Oh, God.
I think I made the Sarah blush. It's a fucking miracle.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Oh God.
I made Burnside blush at work.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't all that busy, and I was like, the first time we had sex, I knew I wanted to be with you. I could feel it, and he's like, "You're making me blush."
Oh.
And Scooby was at the bus station.
What?
I said, and Scooby was at the bus station.
What about me at the bus station?
When we were at DC after we got done fornicating, we came to get you.
Oh, that's why I was left at the bus station for like an hour or so.
Well, see, the thing is you texted mid-coitus.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, all right.
I had warned you when we were on Facebook Messenger that he was going to get there before you, and if he texted mid-coitus, you're going to have to wait.
So you had to wait, buddy.
Yeah, left alone one of the deadliest cities on earth with all my luggage. Yeah, not a problem.
Ah. God, well, the good thing is, no one decided to fuck with you because of your size.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I can only keep playing that card for, so long. Sooner or later, I'm going to run into some big, gigantic guy who's going to want to rob me.
Oh boy, hopefully when that does happen, all of us are there so we can all just mob tackle the motherfucker's ankles. Alright, take down the tree!
All right,
Oh.
Puddin', it's 1 o'clock. Do you want to end this?
Yeah.
I'm not Milkman Dave to come
Well,
in.
Sarah,
Get your ass in here.
2 in the morning.
What?
What?
I said some of us have shit to do in the morning.
Oh, this piece that yo, I'm having a conversation with one of the fuckers I responded to who made one of these dumb tweets. And listen, I want you to listen to what he says. You're a dime a dozen NPC MAGA guy who gets mad when that's pointed out.
English much? That
You're
guy
a
said
dime a dozen NPC MAGA guy who gets mad when that point is made to you. I mentioned I'm not conservative, I'm not a MAGA guy. And he's saying I'm a MAGA guy. Like,
because you did disagree.
I get it, dude.
Always conform.
I'm gonna try to read this. I'm not gonna read it out loud, but here I'm gonna continue. I get it, dude. I talk to you guys often. Oh. If you don't want people accurately telling you you're a MAGA guy, don't automatically defend anxious. What the fuck is this word again? I don't care. Assholes on the internet like your internet buddies tell you. Really? I have several words with this. I'm gonna have several words with this guy. So
alright.
Y'all can continue your conversation.
Is this on Twitter?
Yes, it's on Twitter.
The Twatters.
The Twatters. You can go on my Twitter and see
I'm getting ready.
what I'm doing.
Oh, Lord. Alright. So before we turn this into a Twitter stream,
Well, see,
you guys want to do your shilling?
I've seen videos of Native Americans just attacking white people for no reason. I'm a third Native American, and even I'm like, no.
Alright. Anybody got anything to shill? Projects, plans, any other crazy
Burnside
shit?
is in the doghouse. He still hasn't done my videos, but I'm still trying to figure out how to use Shotcut, so I'll put them together. And
I've got commissions open.
Do shit. And by the way, I will constantly be checking this show to make sure he doesn't change the name back.
Good luck.
Yeah. Check again, dickhead.
Okay, so her and I do that for next minute. What do the rest of you guys got?
I don't got anything. Just I'm Queen of the South. You can find me here on YouTube or on Discord. I'm not on the Twatters until I can figure out a way to get around the ban that I'm permanently evading suspension. What?
Well,
I've created 12 so far.
So
I've been, and I have a VPN. I'm still getting banned.
You got a VPN and they're still getting you? Yeah, you're fucked.
Yep, I've been a bad girl. I'm naughty. Yeah.
Not naughty enough.
If we're chilling,
I
am Richard Art. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram, and also on Discord.
Oh my God! Okay, hold on.
You have a Discord?
No,
holy shit!
This is breaking news.
What happened?
Everyone knows Facebook is one of those political pages where everyone talks fucking politics all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So bans controversial pro-life Roe versus Wade film starring John Voight from advertising the movie on social network because it considers it a political ad.
Wow.
The film is an anti-abortion movie starring a number of conservative actors.
Ooh, so scary.
Not
Shit.
Not surprising.
Oh God, I wish Bobby was here for that one. He'd have a field day. He'd have fun laughing
But
at that.
my thing is you know, Facebook is banning this because they think it's a political ad. All people do on fucking Facebook is talk goddamn politics.
And then get censored for it. Oh, you don't know
I
about
should
great
know.
communist Zuckerberg? Delete,
My favorite meme that I have kept because, well, it's my favorite meme, has Ariel with glasses on and it's got a frustrated look. And it says, "Why are Christian women such cunts?" I got a 24-hour ban for that one because someone took it as being offensive. Cody, stop chewing your ass.
Okay, back to the shillage. Yeah, I've got my Twitter, my Instagram, my Discord, and also my DeviantArt because why the fuck not?
Ooh, nice.
I haven't been posting shit because I still got my damn project to finish. I gotta get to finishing the sketches, and also I've got just so to pass the time while I have things to think about. I've got commissions open.
Nice.
Excellent.
If you want a quick sketch, that would be $5. If you want a complete drawing that also has color in it, because I'll need to actually practice color, that'll be around $20 to $25. Yeah, just depending how much I have to do, how much work it's gonna take me, and that's it for me.
All right, that ain't so bad. Next.
Scoop.
Okay, I'm up.
Yeah, I'm just doing whoever's going at this point.
Okay. You guys know the deal. I'm Scooby331. You can follow me here on YouTube. I am on Gab AI. I got Patreon and a PayPal. I would really appreciate if anyone could give me a little bit of help. I'm trying to do some crowdfunding through PayPal. I'm actually mentioning this now. Like I said, I'm trying to get crowdfunding. It is exactly 15 days out from Chinese New Year. I live outside of Flushing, Queens, and I live not too far of a drive from Great Neck, New York. Great Neck, New York is home of the largest Korean community outside of Korea, and Flushing, Queens is home of the largest Chinese community outside of China. And the two of them, in between the two, is the largest Asian community that I think we have in America. We actually beat out Southern California. Yeah, there's a lot of Asian folks here. So Chinese New Year is hopping. So I'm saying this now because we're 15 days out. Folks, if anyone could, throw a little bit into the PayPal, because I will be using that fundage to actually fuel the excursion in to go and cover this for Chinese New Year. Going and gorging myself and getting sick on Chinese food that I have no idea what it is. It just looks funky. Watching them do the parade with the dragon, setting off fireworks, having bubble tea with really hot Chinese girls and getting the shit beat out of me by my wife when I get home, all sorts of bullshit like that. So, again, if you guys, just if you want to see all this go down, definitely, hit me up. Hit me up in PayPal. I would really appreciate it. And I have an Instagram. I haven't really been posting to that yet because I don't know how to use it, so it's just sitting there idle. So maybe if I go into Chinatown, or the Chinatowns out here, rather, and I film everything, I'll have something to put on Instagram. So, yeah, that's me. I'm Scooby331, and, yeah, that's what I got cooking right now.
All right,
Kel?
cool.
Oh, he fell asleep.
His ass is up. All right. Tara, your turn, sweetheart.
I already did mine. You're in the fucking doghouse because you didn't do my videos. I got to get with 6 to learn how to use shortcut, and then you're still gonna stay in the goddamn doghouse.
All right. All right. All right. You can find me and Bobby Rizzo on the Burnside Film Project. That's on YouTube, BitChute. Me, I'm pretty much the same name everywhere except for Discord. I'm voice_of_Burnside. It's got this lovely character, and it's probably not going to change anytime soon. When I do, I'll make it public. Till then, that's pretty much about it. On Twitter, I'm Burnside_bums, but I don't really do much shit on there. But I might go hang out with Rich and Terror on there and go bash some communists till I get banned permanently for not being an alfalfa sympathizer.
I thought it was asparagus sympathizer.
Whatever the fuck they call themselves or identify. They're everything from the fucking wall to the door to the ceiling to the type of fucking carpeting you're walking on at any time because they're so careful. Ass hats. And for all other things backline related, I will probably be making like a little merch thing on Redbubble. So if you want to find that or anything else, just look up Burnside Film on Redbubble or Reckless Flaggatry, and that'll be that. Chronicle 7 will hopefully be done in the next 2 weeks, give or take. That's about that. See you around, motherfuckers.
Night all.